I mean, Richard, a lot of people watching may well be viewing the scenes over recent weeks of the opening of the Elizabeth line, for example, and we keep talking about things like HS2 and all of these other projects. Do you actually think that there is enough of a focus on areas like the northeast of England?
I'll be totally honest, Darren. So the Elizabeth line, you're talking of £10 billion plus on that, and that's roughly around £500 million for every constituency that benefits that line. I want to see £500 million of investment for every constituency like mine in County Durham to really get us connected. Because at the moment, we're not seeing just those sheer levels of investment, because that's the real difference that it will make. The difference it'll make is that the people in places like Consett can really access the rest of the area. I don't want to see us held back. And I think the government is yet to really come forwards with something clear, particularly in terms of transport and how that's going to be transformational. And that's what I need to see, transformational investment. It's what I'm fighting for every day of the week for my constituents, and I really need to see the government. I know they've had difficult times over the last couple of years, and this Ukraine situation is making things worse, but we need to see that transformational investment into areas like mine, because we don't want to be there constantly, as we have been under Labour for the last 40 years, asking for handouts for more cash. I want to see my local constituents, proud people in proud communities, they're being able to pay for everything themselves. I don't want to see cash handouts from London. I want to see us making the case for our communities on the basis of good local jobs. And that's got to be the transformational change we see.
Yeah, Richard, you have been a vocal supporter over the years of the Prime Minister. You, I believe, hold him and say he is responsible for much in the way of the levelling up agenda and, of course, that massive 2019 general election victory, close to a landslide, if not a landslide, Richard. But do you actually think over recent weeks we've seen, of course, the vote of confidence in the Prime Minister, but the numbers, Richard, they weren't there in massive numbers in support of the Prime Minister and his agenda. Do you worry that the Prime Minister's knock to his confidence in the party will actually mean that his agenda, like the levelling up agenda, is at risk?
Well, what I want to see is, rather than some of my colleagues talking about themselves and thinking about their own career prospects, I want them to be thinking about the good of the country, the good of their constituents, and concentrating on the issues which matter to people, in North West Durham, from Crook, Consett, Willington, Weardale, across the country, because that's what we're in government for. We're not in government for ourselves, we're in government for the people. And it's absolutely vital that now we've got this confidence vote thing out of the way, that we concentrate fully on delivery. I want Westminster to be there to deliver for people. Let's let Labour go on talking about all these fringe issues which they're obsessed with, right? And we need to keep getting on with the job of delivering for the people. And that means getting on with levelling up. And dealing with these really important issues that we face on a day-to-day basis. Things like cost of living really are impacting my constituents. But I want the focus to be on delivering for the people, not on people in Westminster trying to play party political games or try and position themselves for the future.